Hello once again, audience. When we left off, we replaced the Kickstarter on my YZ250F, but now it's time to replace some grips. These are the guys in question here. As you can see, I already got started on the job. There's a nice little rip there, but that's not the reason I had to replace it. I happened to have accidentally ripped it while I was hauling it in my van, so that's the reason they need to be replaced. So I already accidentally got started on them, and I said to myself, you know, I thought that you really liked to record these kinds of things. And then I said, why, yes I do. So I went ahead and I put it back on. This is all that I've done so far. Now, there is a little bit of problem. It's not like it was before, and so this playthrough, I guess I want to say, isn't going to be quite like the normal repair. But I think I have a solution. Alrighty, so let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, wow, that might be even better than new. I may have to just patent this and... God, look at that. That's just... Okay, there we go. Better grip, better reliability. I'll bet you that'll work like a champ. Okay, so the things you're going to need are pretty simple. First off, you're going to need a helper. Second off, you're going to need a second helper. And of course, you want to have some grips. If you don't have grips, then you're going to have problems trying to replace your grips. Just saying. These are ODI, as you can see from the symbol. I don't know if you can see up real close, but they're made in USA, wherever that may be. And I think they work fantastic. They're bolt-on, so you don't have to go through all the troubles of, you know, gluing and wiring. So that's why it shows these. So let's go ahead and get to those guys. Next, you're probably going to need one of these. This is a Phillips head screwdriver, as you can see. And it's decently sized to get the job done right. Next, to bolt on the ODI grips, you're going to need a tiny, tiny, tiny little Allen head. And that's what I got here. You may need an 8mm ratchet. That's what this is, in case some of you are wondering. You probably won't need it, but needle nose pliers, just in case. And of course you're going to need some miscellaneous, such as a hacksaw, the rest of your tools, 12-gauge shotgun, and a place to sit down and enjoy a beer afterwards. I forgot the beer that's supposed to go here, but I think that we can fix that later. You should probably also have some cleaner and a towel, just in case it's dirty underneath your grips. So most of the time, it's just simply easier to cut it down this line here. And that's what I recommend doing, because then you just simply have to do this, and it's done and off. Now, if you guys happen to glue it, I'm sorry, but you're screwed. It's just not very easy to fix that here. So let's go ahead and see if we can do a little bit of disposal work. Alright, properly disposed of. So back to the grip over here. You might want to clean that off. You can see there's a little bit of residue on it too. A little bit of glue on it from the factory. You know, that's no big deal. A little bit of carburetor cleaner and a rag gets that rid of right quick. Alright, let's just go ahead and point that away there. I'll go ahead and just put a little bit on there. Okie dokie, and now for the hard part. It's, go back inside. Okay, so the next part's pretty dang simple. You take the grip, and you slide it on. Hang on a second. I'm not quite sure I got it on there all the way. Oh, look at that. I did not. So this is where you need that screwdriver. Go ahead and give that a good little loosen there. Not all the way though, we're not taking it off. We kind of want to be able to stop the bike if the bike decides to ride without us. Let's slide that in. And rocket science. Yeah. Now I like my waffles to be on the downside. I know how that sounds, okay? Don't even just... God. Alright. Next. Whoop. Alrighty. So the next part is pretty darn simple. You stick that in there and you tighten it until it's super tight. I think that we should fast forward this until it's super tight. Okay, and now that we're done with the fast forwarding part, make sure it doesn't twist on you. That would suck. What do you think, Oscar? Oscar, what do you think? Tell me your opinion. Okay, so I think that's good to go. I don't think it's going to be twisting on me anytime soon. We'll find out the track now, won't we? Alrighty, next. Pretty easy. We want to be able to stop the bike in case it wants to run away from us. So we got to put this in a nice, reachable location. Alright, yep. And of course we need the special tools. Highly expensive. It's a little harder to do single-handed than you would think, by the way. In case any of you are wondering. Whoop. Alrighty, and make sure that that switch isn't going to go flying away. We are good to go. Next, we do the other side. Starting off with this side, I can see we have some dust covers. So first things first, let's get those off there, shall we? Oh man, that was tough. Let's see, I need to get this guy off. Come on, come on. Now there are some screws under there somewhere. Let's go ahead and just fold it up for now. Will that work? Hey, looky there. I work it with my left hand. Yeah. So next, we need some Phillips head screwdrivers. I mean, yeah, just a Phillips head screwdriver. One that we can preferably use twice. This calls for something. Do you feel like you can't go quite fast enough at the track? Yeah, it's a problem that we all share at least one point in our lives. So, a little quick tip here. You can loosen these screws here and your bike will go much faster. Look at how much more throttle we have. That's almost a full turn. That's a full turn faster that you could be going. So now that we've gotten that bit of advertisement out of the way, let's continue to take these off. Or we can just simply cut that out and take these out all the way. I guess I probably should have mentioned, you want to take them out all the way. Oh man. I meant to do that. Cool! Next, just simple. I'm going to go ahead and pull this off the rest of the way. I don't want that to be in my way at all. Come on, there we go. So, they uninstall themselves automatically. Doesn't that just make life easy? Let's go ahead and pick that up. Okay. So, the throttle tube on a 4-stroke I actually think is a bit easier than on a 2-stroke. Only thing is you kind of have to do twice the work. So I like it more and don't like it as much at the same time. One thing I noticed that Yamaha seems to have this nifty little spacer thing that goes between your grip and the throttle body, or the throttle housing. And that's nice because whenever it's rubbing on the housing, your grip doesn't catch. I really kind of wish that some of my other bikes had that. So let's go ahead and file that properly right there. I think that we want to keep that. So let's do that. Rinse, wash, and repeat. Well, I've already slid the grip on, which you can see, but I have a feeling we're going to have the same trouble here as we had over there. And so I'm going to go ahead and give that a quick test here. I'm going to go ahead and take my fancy little dandy thing. We're going to put it on upside down because that's how we ride. And it looks like it's touching. So let's go ahead and see how far. As you can see, that looks like it's about 1/4 of an inch, maybe. Now, that's good to have that space, that way your throttle doesn't stick all the time when you go to twist it. But you know what? I'd like it to be closer. So that way if I fall on this side, which I will, then I get to save my grip instead of snapping the very end off. So we're actually going to loosen up this over here, this guy, and move it down some. In fact, you can see the clear space there. I think we're going to probably move 3/4 of that distance, and that'll probably give us the distance we want on the end. And still be free. So let's do that. I can see you approve. Alrighty, so counterclockwise, counterclockwise, and let's go ahead and move that in. Alrighty, so then, clockwise, clockwise, and let's go ahead and scoot that in. Good. Good. I may need 2 hands for this next part, so I may have to hire a cameraman. Give me 1 second. Okay, scratch that. I think I can handle it. So, let's go ahead and do one side first here. I'm going to try to keep the camera on as much as possible, obviously. Let's see if you guys can see that. It's got to go in there. There we go. And we got to do the same thing to the other side. So let's go ahead and pull the throttle. There we go. Hey, stop that. Come on. Perhaps I should scoot it out. See if I can give you guys a good view of it this time. Come on, focus. Focus. There we go. And those should stay put pretty good. Should. We'll see. Next, let's go ahead and install these guys. You can see there's little grooves there, it fits in. Nice. Let's see if this will stay while I grab the other one. Oh, hey, audience, hold that for me. Hold it, hang on. Thank you. Still holding it, right? Good. Alright. Hang on, guys. Okay. Thanks for your help. That helps out a lot. Okay, so the other one has the groove too. They just kind of clip together like so. This is why I kind of think 4 strokes are a little bit easier, but it definitely helps to have 2 hands. I'm going to go ahead and let go of that for a second. There we go. I need to grab the screws. Ta-da! Screw goes in there. Screw goes in there. Let's push it together. I am getting good at this whole one-handed thing. You know that? Probably should have put a disclaimer down. Use both hands when you work on your bike. It's dangerous to work alone. Dum da dum. The throttle doesn't have to be 1,000 foot-pounds of torque, but you definitely don't want it twisting on you when you're in the middle of a race or riding, because that's just flat out inconvenient. What I like to do is tighten this guy pretty good, loosen this guy decently, make sure this guy's tight, and now it'll stay put pretty good. Then you can just bring it on in there. Looks like we got some play space actually, which is nice. Probably give us exactly what we want. That's good. Definitely a good thing. So the bottom one's already tight, and you can see that the brake is kind of in the way of that one down there. It's kind of hard to get to. Let's go ahead and tilt it forward just a little more. Actually, we don't need it that far tilted, do we? So now that the bottom one is tight, we just have to tighten the top one, and bam. Let me try to get to the bottom one just in case. Let's see, it did want to twist. So now, when I get real hard on the throttle, it's not going to fly away. Let's go ahead and put the dust cap on. Hip, hop, hit you. Come on, just. Ooh. Like a champ. This does concern me though. This is all open. It'll probably be okay, but man, I'd really hate for that to cause me some troubles in the long run. Wouldn't you? Can I do this one-handed? I think I can. Sweet. All right. Fantastic. All right, now we did loosen this brake, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but it looks like this brake is a little bit lower than the other side is. So we probably want to adjust that. It's easiest if we keep it semi-tight. Let's see here. You probably want to hop on your own bike and adjust it to feel. But I kind of already know where I like it to be, and it's not too hard to figure that part out. I think that's good, right? Yeah, it looks slightly higher now. There we go. Good! Now I just have to tighten it. I hope you guys remember how to tighten it, right? Because I'm going to go ahead and do that off screen. You know, a thick slice of peppered bacon and a nice cold beer sure is nice after you work on your motorcycle. Try it sometime. If you guys are interested in doing so. And I should say sorry for talking with a mouthful of food, but my mama didn't raise me right. Click over here to watch the previous video. Click over here to watch the next video. And click above my head to subscribe. Also, take the time to read the sign that's behind me that says, "On this site in 1897. Nothing happened." Now, I know that all good things must come to an end. So I'm going to go ahead and try this for an outro.